Hi, how you doing?
Talk to you for a minute, please.
Of course, you could talk.
Okay. Just don't make a big scene.
I'm fine.
You're gonna end up getting the baby back.
I know.
I don't know why you're causing this work.
Because this is not what they're supposed to do. This is not they no, this is not what they're supposed to do. They told me that they told me that they wanted to see if I had everything at my house. I told them, I said everything. You said that you didn't have no worries, right? There was no worries about me having exactly. So why are they here? Why is DCF here? I have everything at my house. You seen? I have a 2-bedroom. I have a crib. I have everything. Exactly. So why is DCF here? Why y'all talking about y'all need to hold my child for 96 hours? That's weird. No. I had a daughter that passed away. No, I have a daughter that was abusing DCF custody. No, that's crazy. That is crazy. And I'm posting these pictures after. I'm posting these pictures that what DCF did to my child. I'm posting these pictures. No, I'm supposed to have my support team. I'm supposed to have my mom. Why y'all not letting my family upstairs? But what about that? I would like my family. I would be a little bit calmer. I need my family. I need my people.
Okay, why don't you listen to us? Why don't you let DCF do what they have to do? And you go get the baby. Why are you gonna make this a difficult?
Because I need my family. I need my family. I need my family. My family is not here to support me. This is a crazy ass time. What do y'all think y'all doing? There's not even one black person over here. Like, what's wrong with y'all? What's this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Like, what is this? Where's my family? Where's my family? Where's my family?
Attention. So everyone's curious as to why do I keep losing all of my accounts? And I keep losing all of my accounts because I keep showing you all what we really live on. It's not a spinning ball. It's not even flat earth. But if you follow me, especially those of you that follow me since the dragon, and you've seen the multiple dragons that I've shown you, I just showed everyone what Africa really is. I just lost my last account because I showed you all what Africa really is. And what is Africa? Let's talk about it. Now, some of you might have already seen this, but here we have Africa, the entire continent. And if you look here, this would be the back of a skull. All right. This is the jawbone down to the chin. Here's the lips. There's the nose. Going back around to the forehead. This is whatever this is what killed this. Okay? We cracked that skull right there. You can clearly see the eye socket that used to be right here. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. But then I thought about it. What's in our throat? And if somebody cut it, we'll leak out. Right. Your carotid artery. Would you look at there? And that one seems to be as if it was just ripped away. All right. So I thought to myself, maybe I'm wrong. So I had to go pull up a skull. I needed a diagram of a skull so that I can make a couple of better connections. Now, this is a quick diagram, but I want you to pay attention. Here's the eye socket, and off of the eye socket, you have a cerebral suture that runs off a little bit, then runs up north, right there. You also have that suture that comes across here, around here, goes down over here. Pay attention. So what we would have here is the eye socket with the cerebral suture that comes off the eye and moves up the top of the skull. Some of you call it the Nile River. And if you get a little bit closer, you can see where it also runs sideways over here, goes up, comes over, and down right there. Would you like to see it again? Check her out. Let me show you. Eye socket over cerebral suture, goes up the Nile River. All right. And we come over here. This one comes around here. Pay attention. Okay. Cerebral suture. It comes off the eye and goes up. It's the Nile River. And this one comes over here. Yep. And that's why I keep losing my accounts. I had no strikes. I had not one bad video on my last account. But as soon as I put that up, not only that, I thought about it. The hardest substance found on earth is diamonds. The hardest substance in the human body, your teeth and your bones. So I decided that maybe The diamonds would be where the mouth or the teeth of this would be. And go and look at what Botswana is. And you'll see that along the lip line in the back, that's where the back teeth are. And that's where they mine all of our diamonds from.
You know who Superman is, right? And you see who's depicted as Superman here and who posted this. I'm not really one of those guys that likes to say I told you so, but if you don't know who Superman is, let me refresh your memory from a video I've done in the past. Do you still think Superman's the good guy? Aw, that's cute. Well, if you don't want that ruined for you, I wouldn't keep watching. Let's first start by looking at Superman's real name, Kal-El. That seems somehow familiar. Where have I heard that before? Oh yes, that's right. That sounds an awful lot like Hal-El, which is another name for Lucifer. And most of the fallen angels end in L, kinda like Kal-El, Jor-El, Don-El. Sometimes how it sounds means more than how it's spelled. And the translation of Lucifer literally means shiny or sometimes bright. And where does Superman get his power from? The sun, which some people might refer to as a star. And Lucifer just happens to be known as the morning star. And did you ever notice that pose he flies with? It seems somehow familiar as well. Like I've seen it somewhere before. Where I've seen it somewhere before more than once. Where I've seen it somewhere before more than twice. I can't quite place where though. It's slipping my mind. And did you ever notice his emblem? I wonder what that S could really stand for. And if that S stands for what I think it stands for, don't you find it odd that the color they chose to be his weakness just happened to be the color of God's throne, which is talked about in the Bible in Revelation 4:3 as an emerald throne. Interesting. Now, I've done many videos already speculating that Don-El isn't what you all think he is, and definitely not who you all think he is, citing things like the fact that he is the 45th and the 47th president, which just conveniently, when added up, is 9/11. And Revelation 9:11 just happens to speak about having a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abad Don, or Abaddon. And, well, we know he is referred to as the MAGA King. And like I said before, not only have I told you what he is, but I've also told you who he is. Several times, in fact. Funny how they're both referred to as the King of Rock and Roll, the great MAGA King, and they had a king over them. King of Rock and Roll, Elvis. We love Elvis. I shouldn't say this. You'll say I'm very conceited because I'm not. But other than the blonde hair, when I was growing up, they said I looked like Elvis. You see that? Did you believe it? I always considered that a great compliment. We love Elvis that way. They said I looked like Elvis. You see that? Did you believe it? I always considered that a great compliment. We love Elvis that way. Now think about this, seriously, just for a second. Clear your mind of anything you think you know, and just think about this. If you were the Son of God, and you were banished down to earth because you wanted to be worshipped like the Most High instead of worshiping Him, what better way to do that than to get an entire population of people to worship you? One, for your musical talents, and then two, for being the leader of literally the free world. There's no one more worshipped than him, and he is pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. And he's doing it looking like this now. You know why? Because there's history of him looking the other way. There's evidence of it. And what am I talking about? Well, when he looked like this, and it's the exact same except they took a little off the edge there. When he looked like this, there's literally a trail of history. So you can't go around getting the entire world to worship you looking like this. So you need to make some changes and end up looking like this. But there are signs that this version of him has been here all along. Except maybe 1,000 years he was locked up in the bottomless pit. This is a 70 BC Babylonian king This is a Roman sculpture from 1800 years ago. This is the original Statue of Liberty face, and yes, there was an original Statue of Liberty face, and yes, the Statue of Liberty is Lucifer. Lucifer painting, Lucifer painting, Lucifer statue, Lucifer cartoon. Oh, and this is a 2,000-year-old statue that was recently unearthed. I believe it's called the Hypogeum of the Voluminous family. If you want to look that one up, then I couldn't help but notice those Elvis-like sideburns. Of course, these are all just coincidental doppelgangers. I'm sure that people just looked like Elvis throughout history, and him being the 45th and the 47th president was just a coincidence to line up with 9/11. 9/11 that talks about Abaddon and the king that was over them. And so the White House posted a picture of him as Kal-El. And Lucifer's name is Hal-El. It's not like the elites of this world use symbolism and hidden messages. Oh, do you see what Putin gave Trump for a gift? This is all for entertainment purposes, people. I'm aware that Superman isn't the devil, and he especially isn't. He's our loving, adoring POTUS. He loves us all so much, and doesn't at all want us to love him more than the Heavenly Father has revenged him. Entertainment only, people.
What's up, family? How's everybody doing today? Blessed, highly favored, in love, right? What's the goal for the day, y'all? What's the goal every day? Man.
He dried all of my tears away. He turned my midnights into day. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I've been lied on, but thank you, Lord. I've been misunderstood, but thank you, Lord. My bills were due and didn't know where my money was coming from, but thank you, Lord. I won't complain.
I'm telling you, I love it.
Look, you gonna make me go on Star Search anyway.
Get somebody to smile. Make sure you smile, y'all. Big facts. Today was a beautiful day. How about you? Shit, every day is a beautiful day. I'm telling you. It's the mindset you have to have, y'all. I'm telling you, this world, I keep saying this, they don't want us here. So we have to break this generational
What's
curse.
crazy to me is I was reading the Willie Lynch letter, right, and it talks about the nigger marriage and how they purposefully took the black man at that time out of the household. This was their strategy. We're going to take the black man out of the household, and it's going to make the black woman raise her children in reverse roles. So she's going to be more protective of her son because she saw her husband get taken. But at the same time, she's going to raise her daughter to be strong the same way that she had to be to prepare her daughter to have to go through the possible same trauma that she went through. And their goal was raising the children in opposite roles. So it created a whole lot of strong women but weak men. They successfully executed their plan, and reading something like that infuriates me because it's like, damn, they successfully executed the plan against us, and we're so ignorant and naive and airheaded that we're really sitting here fighting about the roles of something that should be so simple within our households. And it's like, if y'all could just grasp that, like, just listen to that. Go back to what I just said and just listen to that. They set our families up for destruction, and then they succeeded at it. That don't give you an attitude and make you actually want to go and love on a black man or love. love on a black woman real quick. Like, we really got to sit down and figure out the counterattack to the success of the attack that was set out against us. This wasn't something that just happened overnight. Like, we used to be thriving communities. We used to be a thriving people. Our households used to be the shit to look to. Like, let's really be for real. And we still are. We just don't know it. So at what point do we stop having these petty ass fights and arguments with each other and realize, like, yeah, we're pretty good together? Everybody's right to have these very valid feelings and be able to say, like, hey, I need to feel supported in this way, man or woman. Everybody needs some form of support, whether it be emotional, mental, physical. We all need it. We're not each other's enemies. We really need to learn how to come together and cleave back to each other, because the enemy set out a plan against us and executed it beautifully. Let that really be some food for thought.
We have to. As you can see from what she's speaking, facts. I've always been trying to say this, and this is why I preach so heavily about polygyny. Understand to overstand polygyny, that a man is polygynous. A woman is not polygynous. She is not polygamous. She's not. It's a sin. Y'all have to get this through your head. There's so many women that I keep coming across. They have bad energy that's very telling. They have high body counts. They don't know how to control self. They don't know who they really are. And it's because every time you sleep with a man, that sperm go right there, where your Christ conscious is, where your logic is. You will lose that logic over time. And what are you going to have left? Nothing but emotions. And there's so many women that's controlled by their emotions. You can tell. Y'all hide from yourself. Why? Because the devil is in you. The enemy is already in you because you're feminine creatures. But it's really in you now. Why? Because you done been with too many men. You got too many soul ties in your life, inside of you. Too many dead man bones. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it is what it is. You got to learn to understand, to overstand, learn how to listen. Not get triggered by your emotions. You will grow. I promise you. So many of y'all don't have that time, that patience, because you're going to get triggered. Once you triggered, you're possessed. That's it. I told somebody, I said, you know, the president is Elvis, and they looked at me crazy. I'm like, hold on, let me explain. I couldn't even do that. They already jumping the gun. This is what I'm saying. That's very telling signs. You already triggered by your emotions. The conversation had to stop. I'm already dealing with a demon. They're not going to come from any logic. It's all emotions. And that's a fact. So remember that. Anybody you deal with in their emotions, they are triggered by the devil. They cannot be trusted. We got to wake up, y'all. We got to break this generational curse. Again, the Bible warns us about women. The Bible clearly states that women need guidance. They need a man to protect them. They need a man with logic, a righteous man, not a Pookie and Ray Ray, not someone that's been following behind their mama their whole life and they have nothing but feminine energy. That's nothing you need in your life. You need someone that has logic, that can see with their third eye, that can teach you about who you are, about life, so you know how to move. I keep saying this over and over. Y'all ladies got to get this understanding. Y'all supposed to be at this higher understanding than the man. So you can see a man. So you don't get bamboozled and tricked and manipulated and get your ears tickled by a man that's in his flesh, in his emotions, in his ego. That is the devil. And what do you think he's going to do? Tell you exactly what you want to hear. Yo, I'm telling you. Am I wrong? Really think about that. Think about it. That's how it goes. The devil already knows. He know if you weak, he's gonna keep feeding that weakness. That's a demon. So many ladies need to wake up. Y'all gonna wake up when the curtains is finally open, and it's gonna be too late, y'all. It's gonna be too late. You wanna get saved? Now is the time. You know better, you're supposed to do better. Not go out there clubbing, shaking your ass, and got everything all over the place for the whole world to just see you looking pitiful. Yeah, I said. But it is. It looks sad. I have to watch this all over social media, and it's very telling. It's very telling, and it's sad. Again, y'all, you might look at me and think things are easy. It's not easy. This walk is not easy. There's so many people that come at you because you are a light, because you are awakened, because you serving your purpose. The devil don't like that. I get attacked all the time. But I always stay positive. One way to do that, and this is why I love the Joker, smile. This is why I promote smiling so heavily, because that's all you got to do. You mad? Smile. That shit gonna go away. Demons don't like that. You try to get
What
them
does
to
it mean
smile.
to be a man? Because being manly has nothing to do with a woman. It has nothing to do with pandering. It has nothing to do with just providing.
Yeah.
Being a man means being purposeful. That's what being a man is. That means that whatever it is that I seek from God, because my purpose is not a woman is a helpmeet. So when he panders to you guys, and ladies, remember, I don't know what he's selling. I don't know what product that he has, but my goal is to get you married. My goal is to have you married based off of what God says is sanctified, right? I don't want y'all divorced. I don't want you unequally yoked. I don't want you to be a single baby mom. I don't want you shooting your shot in the dark thinking that this guy is giving you insight when he's just giving you talking points with no real substance behind it.
Let him cook.
And here's the context. At what age do you want to be married? Do you put yourself in a position to find the person that's best for you? Has your father given you away? Does your parents actually see value in the person that is looking to marry? And when you start to ask yourself these questions,
Accountability
I don't
questions.
speak to just rich people because we both have money. We both have resources. So let's remove that from the table. I speak to the majority, not the minority. And when you are 20, 21, 22 years old, especially if you are a person that's looking to become a man, you are supposed to fail in controlled environments, meaning that your father is not even supposed to give you everything.
Very true.
He's supposed to give you what you need in order to be successful. My father was able to buy me a car, but he told me that I had to earn it and work for it because I valued it more, which then extended to every single thing that I touched, including the woman. See, my wife is here. My wife travels with me. She knows me. She understands me, right? And so at 20, 21, 22 years old, you're supposed to be broke. Unless you're doing something that you ain't supposed to do in order to get it.
Right.
You're supposed to be building. You're supposed to be understanding each other. It's a storming, a norming, a forming situation. And in no circumstance do you ever come into it fully understanding who the person is, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman.
Yeah.
And so when we start to look at what God has ordained to be great, the purpose of a man, it's not just to give spirituality and leadership. It's to understand. The first thing that the word says in everything that you
They're
read,
gonna try to
understand.
give you a fake smile, because if they give you a real smile, that demon starts to fade away. Think about that. So many people are lost within themselves. They are falling and they can't get a hold of themselves. It's like the movie Get Out. You are possessed. But in order to break this spell, it starts with accountability. That is how you get rid of the demon within self. Really think about that. In order to defeat self, what do you got to do? You got to take accountability, because accountability is self. This is why it's kryptonite. It's kryptonite for a lot of women. Because if you already possess, you are not going to have accountability whatsoever, because you are already possessed. Why would he want to let you go? Why? Nah. He know you're going to bring the whole house down. And that's a fact. Got ladies that don't have a man, way past their age limit, but they're comfortable. And this is the sad part, because this is how he gets you to stop living. You start living for the devil when he gets you complacent, when he gets you comfortable, right where he wants you, alone. And you have no guidance to protect you whatsoever. So many of y'all think opening up that Bible is saving you, is really cursing you. It's like handling a book of magic and you don't know how to understand the magic. You're not skilled enough. It's no difference. So many of y'all opening that book and y'all still being led down the wrong path. How many of y'all fasting? How many of y'all saying, nah, that's too hard, I tried it. You tried it, it was hard. Why? The biggest reason is because a lot of people are in sin. They don't ever see it like that. It's spiritual. Because if you fast, you get more connected to the Most High. This is why in the Bible, Yeshua had to walk 30 days, 30 nights. This is why they tell you this. Because fasting heals your body. So if you're going to start doing that, that means you're going to start changing within self. You think the devil wants that? Nope. Going to keep your ass away from God as much as possible. The Most High. I'll take that back, y'all. I don't like saying God because it can be any God. It can be that God that's in the Bible. Gabriel. Do your homework, y'all. Come on, man. Supposed to be teaching our kids this so that they can break the generational curse. Instead, we're trying to teach them how to be bosses and get your own money. Ass backwards. Supposed to be teaching ladies how to be wives. Ain't none of that happening. There's so many young women that's just out. Even my kids, they're not being parented. They're not being protected by guidance. No structure. This is at home. And that's where it starts, at home. Where the kids is at their mamas the majority of the time. And again, it's no different for a man, but again, you are what you attract. I had to tell a friend of mine that the other day, we talking, and she's in a situation where the man has another woman. And then I'm looking at her like, but you being a hypocrite, because now you upset, you're in your fifis because you want more time, but at the same time, you still got other options. So you got other options, he has another woman, but you want more time. Make it make sense. Stop being a hypocrite. Maybe things will start to change. A lot of people don't get that. They don't want to take that leap, that step to actually change within self. They got to look for a reason and then they go, now I'll start to do it. Yo, the Most High looking at y'all like, I done gave you too many opportunities. Why are you still putting this on your time? It's on my time, not yours. Because you're still selfish. You still not at the understanding. You still can't see the signs. Or when someone is actually talking to you to teach you or show you something to elevate your mind or change your life. But you're not going to see it. Or you might see it and go, yeah, but that's the devil. It go from logic to emotions. That's it. It's over. But she's 100% correct. We got to get this together, y'all. This is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be with a man that is supposed to be feeling like a king. And I'm not saying he's supposed to be out there just hoeing around. No. There's levels to polygyny, y'all. I done made videos about this. I don't mind going over it again. But for another time, though. But with that being said, y'all, what's the goal for the day? Man.
Can I get a picture with you?
Yes. I'm looking crazy. Hold on. Lord have mercy.
I don't care, girl. Get in here with me. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And get somebody to smile and make sure you smile, y'all. Big facts. I love y'all. Have a blessed, highly favored, and loved day. All right? Peace.